Hello everyone, Impiator here. Welcome back to my newcomer's guide for Elden Ring. This is part 15. So in the last episode, we made it through, I would say, about the second third of the Stormville Castle. And we made it to Limgrave Tower Bridge, though we're not going to actually be running across this yet until we defeat the boss. So we're going to head to Rampart Tower. And we're going to make that jump one final time, this time into the courtyard. Again, just the fastest way to the courtyard. So you might remember we went down there and completed some stuff. Now we do have the ability to summon out here, but there's a lot of enemies here. So I'm going to try to clear out the area of at least a few of the enemies before I do so, because there are a couple of pretty nasty enemies. And you're dead. Alright, we'll go ahead and summon them. So they will unsummon if we go too far down that way. I'm just going to pick up the items that are out here. So we're going to head up here. Got a shield here to pick up. And then at the other one over here, there's an axe wielder and another item to pick up. So I got some fire arrows. Alright, I think that's everything until we get to the front. So now we're going to take this opportunity to kill this thing. Unfortunately, this thing does respawn, so we're going to go ahead and do everything that we can. Let's pass this guy before we move on. These guys are pretty spicy. So now that we've killed that, we come up here, they're going to start to go away. We're going to kill that. We're going to head up here. So before we go all the way that way, we're going to head in here first. New painting to find the painter. And we're going to work our way down here basically to get a couple of items. The ballista folks are basically down this way, by the way, so I would not go too far. I'm going to backstab the guy in the middle. Alright, so they're dead. We only had to use one potion. One flask. This, by the way, we'll get access to here in a few minutes. We need to get a giant to come down this way first for that. So come in here, we got Nefeli Lu.
Well, tarnished, I am Nefeli Lu. I'm here by decree. How utterly this graft is tainted them. If you, I ask you, call the winds run, I'm certain far. Apollo as fellow town down whatever.
So she is Gideon's daughter, adopted daughter. She will help you in the fight against Godrick. Otherwise, we're going to come out here, grab the golden seed. So there are basically two routes that we can take at this point. We can completely bypass that enemy if we want to. And I'll show you how to do that real quick. Come over here for a smithing stone. We are going to use the giant though. But we don't necessarily have to kill it. So grab this grace, and then we're going to pull this. I'm not resting up the grace, by the way, purposely, because I don't want to have to kill the enemies again. Not before I get the giant to go crack open that thing for us. So head out here. Unfortunately, these things are hostile. You're going to have to kill them. However, the big one doesn't really like you doing that. So we're going to have to hurt him. I don't know if he's related to Mr. Alexander or not, but... But if he is, I'm sorry. Anyway, we have some cracked pots over here that we can use for carrying stuff. So got ourselves Stormcaller now, which is what some of our enemies have been using up to now. If you want to go for the boss, there it is. Here's a grace. I'm not going to rest yet. Alright, so we're going to get this guy to follow us. Come on. Come on, big guy. And we're going to get him to crack this open. There we go. So now we can go ahead and just leave him here. I forgot about this item. More smithing stones. Good shot. That's an excellent shot. All right, so now we are going to rest. Let's see, we are about a little over 100 off of a level. Let's go ahead and use one of these. Now we're going to come back through here and actually complete this section. We're not going to beat the boss at the bottom of this section yet. But we are going to come around the corner here and grab ourselves a kukri. Jump up here. Jump over here. We're going to drop down here and we're going to kill both of these guys. So kill them, and then we're going to pick up a lump of flesh. We can climb back up using these. Then we're going to head in here. We'll make this jump to pick up a smithing stone. Got a Trainus Lily over here. Pick that up. Golden rune. Smithing stone. So down this path we have some of these Godstock-like enemies. Oh god, I didn't realize they were behind me. It's like Elden Ring just become a horror game. Anyway, we'll go and get the Manor Tower Shield. Did I not kill all of them? No, I didn't. There's more. Oh, that's right. I forgot about this little cubby hole here. There's no items over here, but definitely enemies. And this is a sign left by the developers. Surely what you seek is somewhere close by. We're gonna drop off the ledge here. Got a golden rune. Head out here for rainbow stones. These are basically for finding your path back if you're lost. Otherwise, we're going to crack this open, and that leads us back to the Grace. So you could go down here. There is a boss at the bottom of this place. We're going to do it after we beat Godrick, though. So now we're going to head to the boss. So this is Godrick. This is one of those bosses, probably just easier for you to watch than for me to describe it. He does have 2 phases. His second phase, he'll use fire. He has a bunch of different kind of leaping attacks he'll do. He has a multi-hit attack you can summon in this fight. We can also summon Nefeli Lu. So we'll get her help in this fight. Once you step in, that's going to trigger a cutscene. So Godrick's got an axe. He has multiple arms. He is, as he says, grafted because he takes people's arms and legs and attaches them to him. He isn't particularly weak to anything, though he is strong against basically anything that's wholly damage based, so avoid that. And then he's also weaker physically than he is against magic attacks. So that's going to trigger his second phase where he's going to start breathing fire. So the second phase is pretty spicy. He's going to shoot various sets of fire at you. Just as before, Godrick talks too much, just like Margaret did. So now we got Godrick's Great Rune and the Remembrance of the Grafted. So if we rest here, you're going to see our friend Godrick is stomping what's left of him.
What a pathetic excuse for a lord you were. Oh, he got what I tell you.
Apparently he doesn't like Godrick very much. Anyway, he sells his stuff, as I said before. Later he will gain the ability to sell one of the ancient dragon smithing stones. So, again, good to have. So don't kill him. For now, though, we're going to go ahead and level up. And we're going to travel over to the Round Table Hold. Because some stuff has happened. So you can talk to everybody if you want to hear more about what's going on. So we're going to go talk to Gideon first. Oh, wrong direction. We'll let Gideon know. Oh, he's closed up his shop. We may have to go and get the golden rune activated first.
Greetings. Are you here for...
All right, no more upgrades for that.
Now, those are of a challenger who's fine and well. I spoke with the girl. She has a gift, so I told her. I'm indebted. It was all I could do. I'm sorry, I doubt.
I am... Would you like me? Now.
So we can talk to Fia.
You are so.
And now we have the opportunity to talk in secret.
I was known as after Iris I lay to do so.
I'll tell you a little bit about her lore.
Despite so plead then.
So you'll have to do this to complete various portions of lore for her. Otherwise, remember that whenever you let her hold you, she's going to take some of your maximum health until you use the Baldachin's Blessing and then rest at a Table of Grace. Anyway, now that we've activated that, we now have access to the Two Fingers. So you may remember Ronnie mentioning Two Fingers. She was literally talking about a Two Fingers. So, or Rena. She's known as Rena right now.
You can't let the
Grey anchor until it is tragic across the far, but the Cursor brave seek to become
little.
So talk to this woman.
And I will the finger.
You can ask her about Great Rune. She's going to talk about the Great Rune that you picked up.
Let them Godrick the run.
So what we can do now is we can actually trade the remembrance that we obtained for a weapon of great power. So you can either get Axe of Godrick or you can get the Grafted Dragon. Later, those walking mausoleums can also be used to trade with, and you will be able to get some, but not all, of the secondary weapons. So basically, if I got this, for example, there's a possibility that I might be able to get the other weapon through the mausoleum. So kind of take your pick. Obviously, one of these is primarily a strength weapon. The other one is a faith weapon. Kind of ties into the whole dragon thing if you're going for a dragon incantation type character.
Now go little.
Okay, now Gideon's thing is open. Also, Nefeli Lu is
I
here.
thought you'd receive Nefeli Lu. I'm glad to see. I found it in you defeated. Make good use of. I don't intend.
So she'll give you a
I wonder
charm.
if he's in his study. If you haven't already, Father is, I'm sure, to.
So she gave you the Arsenal charm, which raises your maximum equip load. This is basically the equivalent of Havel's Ring in Dark Souls 1 and 3.
You've received the wisdom of the Ten just as promised. I am known as a tarnished. You now belong.
So Gideon has finally identified himself.
General Praetor Reich, Morgoth, and he'll still be after.
We can talk to him about each of the people, including his daughter.
But do not hesitate despite her look.
Otherwise, ask him about the others if you want information about the lore of the game.
I thank you. So what can I do for you?
Otherwise, we'll go ahead and... Let's see, is anything else that you've got for purchase that I can obtain? Let's give you the...
Very well.
Let's give you that. So again, I'm going to be collecting everything in this game because I want 100% completion. So I'm going to end up buying all of the things from him.
May the golden or
Hence why I'm not too worried about giving them to him versus Muriel. Otherwise, though, what we're going to do next is we're going to head to Limgrave Tower Bridge. Now, this is another thing that you do not have to complete yet, but now is about the right time to do it. Because technically you're supposed to get the Great Rune that's up here. So word of warning, there are 3 of these things that are going to be attacking you. I would recommend getting one of them to come to you at a time. The one at the far end shoots arrows at you. Looks like we might not be able to avoid that. So as you can see, they actually attack each other. So you can use that to your advantage here. Otherwise, as you can see, they don't do a heck of a lot of damage. Uh-oh. This one is out of bounds. This one might die. Or might not die, I should say. Alright, so we dealt with one of them. Alright, that's going to do it for those. So we're going to go and use this. So, what we're doing is we have Godrick's Great Rune. There's going to be items that we're going to be able to get in the game later that will, called rune arcs. And when we use a rune arc, it's going to activate whatever active Great Rune we have. So this particular rune, once we basically embolden it with power, which is what we're going to do here, it will, if you equip it and then use a Great Rune, it'll actually increase all of your stats. The caveat with great runes, though, is that they are limited. So, and they're expensive. But they can give you a serious amount of power in prep for example, a major boss. So we got another two fingers here. Again, part of the lore. And now we've restored the Great Rune. So in order to use a Great Rune, we need to rest first at a bonfire. Or grace. Here I'm thinking Dark Souls again. So we'll equip the Great Rune that we have. And this raises all attributes. And if we head back to Round Table Hold, we can actually buy some rune arcs right now if you want them. So as you can see, though, they're expensive. 4,000 per rune arc. And they're pretty rare in the game, too. So that's a consideration to make. Maybe you want it, maybe you don't care. But it will end up granting you the abilities of the rune, the Great Rune. And they last until you die. So really good in prep for a boss. Otherwise, though, we got some more money. Let me go ahead and talk to Corin.
Well then.
Buy up some more stuff.
May the golden order.
And with that, I think that's going to do it for this episode, everybody. In the next episode, we're going to go ahead and move towards Liurnia, which is basically going to be kind of the section up here. It's going to expand our map in the process. So this map already is pretty big, as you can see, but the map actually extends beyond the top here. So we'll see that whenever we expand the map in the next episode. But until then, thank you everybody for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Later.